Alright everyone, I am Evil Tim and this is Let's Play Battle Los Angeles. Oh my god, right, yes, we've got our Dark Sector background there to remind me that good games exist, which I may forget over the next 50 minutes. Good lord. So, let's go through these authentic 20 seconds of black screen. I have done my best to avoid editing this just to give you the full Battle Los Angeles experience, don't you know? But now the screen has turned white and KONAMI are here to taunt us. KONAMI, why? Why did you do this to me? Sony Pictures Consumer Products. This product will consume us. It will eat right through us, and that woman is holding the torch far out of our reach. She is taunting us with it. Meanwhile, Live Action Studios. Live Action Studios made a game called Time Shift. It's that one with that interesting cover that you didn't pick up or look at because it wasn't that interesting. So, Battle Los Angeles, let's press start, and it will be revealed that, oh my god, the scarecrows have turned against us and become zombies. It's a terrible thing. Only watch. The worldwide assessment of threats concerning humanity can possibly save us. They couldn't think of a better acronym than that. No. So, that's how to play, just in case you have managed throughout your life to avoid ever encountering a first-person shooter before, and we will now change the game's settings, we will. We've already got invert Y on, which is correct after all. I'm going to try turning aim assist off. Now, the first time I played through I had aim assist on. It is very overzealous with its aim assist, so it assists you a bit too much. It follows them around corners, which is absurd. So I've turned it off, and that won't really help either. So we'll start a new campaign, ridding us of our old save, and we'll play it on easy because I don't really care about this game at all.
There was once a time, not too long ago.
Last weekend, in
we
fact.
thought we were invincible. The biggest, baddest force on the planet.
It was the last time I looked in my trousers.
Without real fear that anyone...
Wait a minute, the armed forces lived in relative peace.
One morning in March 2011, we were invaded by a force that we never could have imagined. And
the Welsh.
Well, things will never be the same again.
As opposed to prior to that, when things were always the same. My god, things will be flash animation from now on.
This morning of as of yet unidentified objects that appear to be falling.
Appear to be falling? What, has gravity taken out an injunction? Is this the English news?
These objects might very well be meteor.
Oh, no, her ear is now talking to her. Wisheth news.
We have just received word that similar occurrences.
That jarring use of real-life film footage against this crap foreground doesn't work.
Whether these falling objects are meteors or some other unexplained weather phenomenon.
What other weather phenomenon causes meteors? Is she afraid it was Ming the Merciless?
Change our minds. We were getting sent into the heart of it. And no one needs an arsenal to clear out a bunch of space rocks.
Tell that to Darth Vader.
We have analyzed film of the falling objects and their trajectory from satellite imagery.
That's nice.
These objects
Wait a minute, you've already called them objects. Why are you hesitating this time?
With the surface of the water. I think the implications of this are pretty clear.
But I'm going to tell you them anyway. Yes, aliens from later levels.
We were under invasion, and it wasn't the goddamn Taliban.
As opposed to all the other times the Taliban have invaded the United States.
3 hours to evac some civvies holed up in a police station in Santa Monica.
That's, what, 6 times the length of the entire game?
Bomb the area back to the Stone Age. It was easier said than done.
The Stone Age was quite a way away, and if we missed, they'd end up in the Renaissance.
An old timer with a bad reputation.
And teeth to match.
But man, could he lead.
Could he? Well, tell me.
He would turn the tide of this war.
Would he? Oh, alright then. My god, a talking helicopter! Oh, good grief. The undercarriage is sassing the drive shaft, gearbox and engine. You guys don't have to take that. Oh, now that man's nose is talking to us. Yes, use the ropes to rope down. That's always a good idea. Alright, so we're going to use the ropes to rope down, and now we have roped down, we are Private Imlay. I guess he is one of those pig Latin Americans. Imlay, IFA Oye Ungay. Right, so let's make our way over here using this. This is our M4 type carbine machinery gun, and we will use it to defeat aliens, I'm sure of it. So over here we go, and you'll notice that in the cutscenes they have various accessories on their weapons, but they magically transform into these bog standard versions when we're in the actual levels. This man here has glasses, so that is good for him, but now we must try to operate this cunning ladder device, which has the most steps on it I've ever seen on a ladder. We will cruise up it because we don't have arms or legs, and then we will come across the next challenge in our FPS useless training type level. I mean, come on, does anyone not know how to play a first-person shooter in the entire universe? Is it even possible anymore? Why do we always need these silly trainings? Who knows? Oh my god, it's Turok. What is this, 1991? Is this still supposed to impress people? Okay, so we've got our second weapon here already, which is an M40A1, a sniper rifle. So now we've got that, we're ready to snipe at things, which are maybe a yard away, but that's the screensaver. Don't need that. I keep forgetting to turn it off. So we will disable that, and then we will shoot this lock off here, which is located in front of us with our sniper scope. There we go, and then we rechamber our gun, and then we will, I think we reload it in a minute too. Yes, there we go. This one doesn't actually have a detachable magazine, so they're just kind of making shit up at this particular juncture, but
What the hell is this thing?
he moves the rifle up in front of the screen so that you can't see that he is doing nothing to nothing. Strangely enough, it's R2 to reload in this game, which, you know, makes sense. It's part of the standard control. No, it's not. Right, so we will now blast these aliens with sniping-type bullets in their bodies and heads. This isn't actually a massively good idea because it takes 2 body shots to kill one of these things, and their heads are very small and silly, but we have defeated them nonetheless, so reload that and we will continue upon our rampage. To defeat the alien foe we shall, and you will notice all the screen tearing that goes on because this is an abysmal PS3 conversion, so of course that sort of thing is happening. Also, be advised that the drinking game for this is texture draw in and you are doomed. So anyway, let's pull out our M4 type rifle and we will blast these aliens with it and then give it a bit of a reload. And I'm going to pause it on the next reload so that you can see a couple of silly things. So we will get rid of some aliens and then we will do that. Now, first thing you notice is that the magazine moves faster than your hand does, which means that it sort of slides off screen. The second thing you notice is, of course, the safety's on, but then you knew that already. Now, the problem with this thing is that you really can't tell if it's firing or not. The muzzle flash effect is pathetic. There's no actual flare coming from it. There's just a light effect. And the iron sight... Oh, someone corpsed himself up, I suppose. Where is he? Oh, my God. What happened to you? You were a true American, probably. So let's carry on without this guy. Yes, and the iron sight doesn't even move when you're firing. So it's you sort of get this disagreeable impression that the barrel is actually a magic wand which bullets just appear in front of. But now there are more aliens, so let us get them with their alien ways before they defeat us. Anyway, now we're going to throw a grenade and we're going to forget to pull a pin out of it again. Yes, it seems an awfully common thing in video games, really. I'm not sure why. It's not exactly uncommon knowledge that you got to pull a pin out of a grenade before you throw it. I mean, what's going on? It's ridiculous. Meanwhile, a car is explosioned, and for all the things that are wrong with this game, the smoke and fire effects in it are actually quite good, which makes me think that perhaps this is actually the engine for a completely different game and they just turned this out in a weekend or something. But never mind that. We've got to kill the aliens due to their alien plan to stand on top of stuff, which is forbidden and silly. They've also got an alien plan to set fire to all 4 engines of a plane at once. I'm not entirely sure how they did that. I guess it's some sort of show of alien precision. So we will use our human precision on them using our silly rifle. And another little drinking game for this one is you've got to take a shot every time you can't tell if this thing is shooting without looking at the ammo counter. So let's reload that, and then we've got to take out some guys who are standing over there. So let's whip out the old snipery rifle to do that kind of thing. You, sir, you need to be destroyed. Unfortunately, he doesn't need to be destroyed very much, and so he's going to procrastinate, which is naughty of him. Anyway, from what I've heard about this, I have not seen the movie, which means we're going to have to extrapolate the movie's plot from the game, which is obviously going to be entirely successful, as this will be a very good representation of it. But I have heard that the aliens are apparently after our waters or something, because there are no other planets in the solar system with water. Of course, there's a moon with water, but which doesn't happen to have any annoying creatures living on it, which will shoot at you with their guns, but I guess that would seem too easy for them or something. So anyway, let's get rid of this guy by blasting him with our blast. Now, not only does this game have bad hit detection, it also has bad auto-aim and aliens with very small heads, so it's all go. You, sir, you need to be destroyed. So, the other problem with the hit detection on the sniper rifle in particular is that the scope jumps up so high you often can't tell if you've hit them or not before it unscopes to do the bolt action animation, which is good stuff. So we'll use this most of the time, I feel. There's a heap of aliens there. Meanwhile, this man is going to get knocked over, which is tragic.
Take that bastard out!
How do you know he was dead? You didn't look. Alright, so let's go over here, and in case you didn't pick up the first sniper rifle, there's a second. Marvellous. Now, this game has a 2-weapon system with a twist, which is that we can't get rid of this here M4. We are stuck with it forever, don't you know? But there are 2 possible weapons we can carry in the other slot. There are 3 weapons in total. Yes, marvellous stuff. So let's reload that, and then there are some aliens aliening over here, so we better defeat them, and they've... I don't know what that was, and we'll never see it again, whatever it was. So I guess it's an unimportant type thing. So let's gun down the aliens and then see what happens after that. Because I really don't see anything else we could possibly do here. Right, you, out of it. We'll defeat you. You're a silly alien, and you are not good at anything. So that's him out the way, and we have completed the objective, and my god, the game died. No, here we are in the Flash world again. So, there's a sort of stupid thing squittling about there. I don't know what those are. I guess they're supposed to be like leaves or fragments of something. And I am the back of a man's head. I think it's all you ever see of Imlay. But I may be mistaken. I don't really know which one is Imlay.
Santos.
Hello, Tech Sergeant
Air Force,
Santos.
61st Wing Intel Unit. The rest are National Guard.
The rest of what?
To you, Tech Sergeant?
I was part of a 5-man team working on signal intel.
Then they realized I was a woman and they threw me out.
We got onto some massive RF signals. Then they nailed us.
War.
I'm the only one who got away.
I assume you were ready to use that weapon, Tech Sergeant.
What weapon?
I did a tour with a joint unit in Afghanistan, Staff Sergeant.
Because my subtitles
So,
are
yes,
good enough that they go
I'm ready
faster
to
than
get
my
some
voice
cake.
does.
Be careful with your radio, Staff Sergeant. 10 minutes ago, we called headquarters. And you see what happened. Aliens rushed to our location like hungry dogs.
With
Thanks
guns.
for the information.
Thanks for the information.
wanna
You've
join
got
our
soup
unit?
there on your cheek
Right
there,
to the police
Staff
station
Sergeant. You might want to sort
evacuate
that out.
civilians.
No, Staff Sergeant. We'll stay here. Take care of the wounded and wait for the chopper.
We don't want to
need
be in
help?
your game and you can't
Here it is,
make
Staff
us.
Sergeant. Good luck.
Alright, so outside Flash animation territory, we're now back where we were before. We have achieved a lot in that cutscene, clearly. So we've got to go over here now. And there's the wreckage of that plane, but surely there's a massive hole down the middle of it, so we can climb through it. Let's go and get some ammo and then have a look at that. And if there seem to be occasional pauses in this, it's for coughing fits. No, apparently this plane has been filled with invisible fire, which is very silly. I don't know why they were shipping that around. It seems unsafe and unsanitary. So, past this massive, ridiculous lens flare, we need to find some cover because that man is running into some tires or something, I don't know. And here is the good old texture drawing. It's fantastic and phenomenal. Meanwhile, aliens are trying to gun down cars or something. I don't really know what their plan is here. It seems silly of them. So there's a helicopter flying over there with its ridiculous fixed disc type rotor, and that alien is dead, and thusly the buildings will collapse because he was the only thing holding it up. He was a load-bearing alien, I suppose. So let's walk over here and admire the wreckage of this here C-130, which has apparently crashed into the world's strongest tree, which has impaled it. That's ridiculous. So, meanwhile, things are falling from the sky. Probably aliens or something, but I don't know. So, now that we've done all of that and viewed the destruction of the universe, we shall gun down these aliens. I'm fairly sure that these aliens infinitely respawn until you kill that tanker, which is, I guess they just like the tanker so much that they don't have any fight left in them once it is destroyed. That is perhaps what they're invading for. They are trying to steal all of our tanker trucks so that they can cuddle them. But that's unclean and bad. Meanwhile, let's have a look over here. How would that happen? So what, they started driving out after opening their garage door only part way because they were in that much of a hurry and then just stopped for no reason? Who knows? It's the small details that just show that this is a silly game. So there's a pram here. How tragic. Let's knock it over to make it more tragic. And inside is, no detail. They've taken that away too. So we will have a look at this Bernie water tower, which I guess is now turning into a brew of some description. And then the rest of that vehicle will arrive and we will go over here. And I do know that there is actually a scene like this in the movie where an alien jumps out of a swimming pool. However, here there's no water in the swimming pool. So it just randomly jumps through some objects and tries to act like that was the same thing. But it wasn't, that's what, and we know of its ways. So over here we shall go and we shall push this here barbecue on top of it. You silly alien, you were just trying to make up for the lack of water effects, weren't you? To hell with you, sir. You must roast upon that barbecue now. So push this over here and then we'll find that this brown glass bottle is made of green glass. That is also silly. So we'll reload that, get stuck on that barbecue for a minute, and then see if we can jump up here, because no. No, that is forbidden to us. There are invisible walls being constructed by the aliens in all the locations. That's also part of their plot, you see. So we'll gun that alien down with our no muzzle flash, and then we will get shot up a bit. We'll have to hide here and recover our health, don't you know? And then we'll make our way back out again and wage war upon them. A battle we shall wage upon them in Los Angeles, perhaps. That seems a good place to do that because it's where we are. So, more reloading action, and then we have to fight off these guys because they're trying to take away the bridge, and that would be terrible. So, we can't jump over this either because it's like almost 6 inches high, and that's just madness. So, this thing has crashed through it. Apparently it can pass those impassable barriers, but we can't. There's an issue there that is all about Russia, so anybody who wants to know all about Russia can read it. And also 20,000 to build Baghdad, or something like that. I don't know what that says. The national newspaper. And computers and software. Sale of computers, computer, blah, 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 blah. Yes, it's just a random list of things that sale of. So, yes, that's the national newspaper, and then we can continue onwards on our quest to find out what the hell's even going on here, or achieve some sort of mission. So, they've given us a sniper rifle, so let's whip out our sniper rifle and snipe this guy. Poor head detection, however, shall be our foe. You get out of it. And now we will have to make other aliens get out of it, because too many of them are in it. It's almost like they're invading or something. You, Mr. Alien, take that. Even though I quite clearly hit the bar in front of me, that apparently hurt him somehow. So let's try and get rid of this one as well. You, sir, you're bad at everything. You're an alien zombie scarecrow with technology all over the place, and that's just silly and wrong of you. So it's got a couple more of these dudes to do in, and then we can carry on to another area where we can find more of these dudes to do in. It's like a repetitious quest of some description. So zoom in on you and then blast you with our blast, and re-chamber our rifle as well while we're at it. The game is filled with infinite ammo crates, which sort of removes any sort of ability to run out of ammunition, and therefore you can waste as much of it as you like. It's kind of stupid, really. So, we've got to get to cover, which, this is cover. You can tell it's cover because it won't explode no matter how many times you shoot it, unlike the alien cars over there, which can only take a finite number of hits. It's very convenient that we get the invincible cars, really. Perhaps that is another reason they are invasioning us. So let's hurl a grenade at that alien over there, and then hurl a grenade at that alien over there, and see if we can make the difference that way. Blow that up. And then the lens flare shall be a greater foe than either of these silly alien soldiers are. So, there's one last one left, while they keep whinging at us to do random and generic heroic things. No. Right, so we'll make our way over here. I can't watch my ass, my eyes are on the front, you fool. So, reload that and then carry on.
Exactly why we need to stay alert.
You know, I don't think them being everywhere is why we need to stay alert. If they were everywhere, we could easily find them because they'd, you know, always be visible. Never mind that. Let's have a look at that zombie scarecrow. And then we will continue blasting his zombie scarecrow friends because they have been terrible to us by invasioning the America place. So, two of them are now going to use the advanced military alien tactic of wandering around the corner shooting vaguely in our direction. That won't affect us at all because we've got a flashing light in front of our gun barrel. So, these aliens are going to wiggle around, and then, well, at least they're, I have no idea. So, now we're going to have drawn a drawn cutscene. How do you even do that? And then a helicopter will arrive. Wow, he's very happy at that.
It's flying away, we gotta stop it.
Otherwise, I'll have this expression.
No, keep it silent. No radio. Those things will track our signal.
We have no choice. We've got to get those civilians to safety.
So what if we blow them all up?
2 November, requesting immediate evac.
Well, remember, they can track our radio, not the helicopter. Apparently nobody told them that, so they're going to blow up the helicopter.
Shit!
Oh shit, I've still got the same expression as before! Everyone, dull surprise, quickly!
Nothing comes back.
Doop-de-doop-de-doop-de-doo. Yes, that's their idea of animation in these. So, now
a handful of civilians from
does
that
this bug
police
you?
station.
Does this?
But with the aliens controlling the skies, there was no way we were getting out of there by air.
So we
needed to
went
find
out of
some
there
transport
by
or we'd never make
tree.
it out alive. One of our
No,
guys
by
hopped
bus,
a city
apparently.
bus, and made
We
our
shot
way
up
out
the
to
bus
San
first
Juan
just in
as quietly
case,
as we
being as,
could.
you know, the
When we hit
aliens
the freeway,
have
we
like
thought we were
lasers.
finally out of the danger zone.
Right into... Shut up.
Those air units are gonna find us.
And I'm oddly pleased with that fact.
attitude with them for sure.
Especially with this gun hovering in front of my leg. Also, what's my right hand doing?
The freeway's blocked.
Oh my god, it's blocked with smoke.
I told you. But there was no way it would be that easy.
Hey, wait a minute, how's that his reflection?
Stop the
Quiet, I can't fit this magazine in here, and it doesn't fit anyway.
Santos,
Meanwhile, the back of Imlay's head is surprised at this. Alright, so we got to go and get on the 50 cal, which for some reason here is marked as being on a tripod, even though the only ones you ever find are on Humvees. So we got to blast all of these guys with our blasts, and you might notice that all of the ammunition is being ejected from the left-hand side of the receiver in the air above it, which is stupid. Now we're trying to take this out because you actually can, but it has not decided to be vulnerable yet because we are not in that position. We have not advanced that phase of the universe yet. So we got a new objective. We might have a look in a minute. Yes, we've got to provide fire support during the evacuation process. And now we can blast that because that counts as fire support during the evacuation process, I suppose. So the aliens are going to walk through the smoke anyway because they are rigorous and powerful or something. And we will have to keep gunning them down with this machine gun, which has infinite ammunition and no heat gauge. And therefore we could just hold down the button forever if we felt so inclined, which we do. So, there's a tank over there, which will have no role in anything. I believe in the movie the tank is what's actually defending this, but the tank here is rather inert. It's bored. I guess they couldn't afford to pay its royalties or something, so it appeared begrudgingly, but won't do anything. So, take care of these guys here until eventually something actually happens. My god, it's the most absurd crew-served weapon in the history of the universe. Yeah, this sort of overcomplicated monstrosity is apparently a walking gun. I kind of see why it's called that, but it's got missiles. So we've been blasted off there. Our textures were briefly destroyed as well, as were the ones on our rifles. So we better make our way around here. We had pick up some ammunition, and then we've got to go and flank the walking gun we have. So stuff is going to explode at random. That alien has been confused by this, and so we will kill it with our magic bullets, and then we will take care of a few of these aliens here, and we will continue onwards in a direction on top of a truckload of garbage, a bit like this game really. So take care of him there before he divides us into parts, I'm sure, and then we've got to destroy the goddamn turret because he said so. So we've got ourselves our sniperty rifle, and it's got an energy bar. Look how overcomplicated this thing is. It's got an energy bar there to show us that the single headshot that the operator will take. So we will admire that for a minute there, and then we will show you what this energy bar represents. It's dead, and it falls over absurdly. We'll get a better look at one of those later, so you don't really have to worry about it now. But anyway, now flying saucers. My god. And there's the last one here that stops. Suddenly has a segment missing, but now another segment has fallen out of it. How will Imlay escape the deployment of this deadly alien weapon? Well, boing. Right, and then we will all slide down a rope or something. Except for Private Dennington here, who will be aliened in the head, presumably. That was Martinez, and this thing will then just descend. And then stop. And everyone does their pretentious album thing, and then, after the music video has concluded, we are wherever this is.
You lead the Marines. Get the civilians out to safety and wait there.
Okay, so safety is now a place where you can wait.
Imlay and I are going to distract the alien air unit.
I'm going to distract them by talking through my chin strap. Also, thank you for making me a part of this. Okay, so they're now going to move out into the side of a subway car. Happy to be outside of this game, I suppose.
That's our goal.
What?
We need to bring that alien air unit down there. If we can get it to hover low enough, we should be able to take it out by blowing the station.
Why would it do something so...
Shoot the turret or it'll wipe us out!
Oh, great, we get a message from the previous level. That's good stuff, I suppose. So apparently this alien air unit is incredibly stupid, and so we will have to use that against it, I suppose. So it's got an incredibly loud gun, which is going to be drowning out our weapon for this entire level. He's going to kick down that door, which hasn't actually appeared yet, and then he will make his way into here, where a firefight will break out between us and aliens, presumably. So let's reload our weapon and get on with that. And this is, especially in this section, you honestly can't tell if your gun is firing or not. It's brilliant. So we've got to take out all of these guys, and I apologise for the screen tearing here, but to be honest I would have to program an entire game, and while that would probably take less time than this LP has, at least to get one better than this, we will not be doing that. So meanwhile the aliens are going to use their usual technique of standing on things, which I find very questionable, but it seems to be their only trick, so we will take them out using our knowledge of moving around. We'll dash towards this alien here and then blast him with our rifle until he collapses thoroughly. Alright, so we've got to stop the ship from going after the civilians who aren't in this level, and he's lying to us. So we will take out that lock because that's a brand new challenge. And then we will have to gun down more aliens who are apparently just standing around waiting for us to do this. It's an interesting plot, certainly. So we've dealt with them now, and then the alien ship will blow up whatever that is, and we will have to cross the road dramatically. Okay, I love the way that they never actually gesture towards anything. They just go over there, or like shoot that. Okay, so it's doing its thing there, largely ineffectually, and we will have to walk around this colossal obstacle and then make our way over here, where once again we will have the last turn on the ladder. There's the texture for that. He's going to climb up there, and we've got to wait our turn. So we'll admire these trash bags and Bernie thing, which is all rubbish looking. So up here we go, up the too many handholds ladder, using our no arms or legs, and then this helicopter will fly overhead, being chased by the... It's like fighting a cat, isn't it? It keeps getting distracted. So let's whip out our sniperty rifle, and then we've got to sniperty all of these alien enemies to stop him from being blasted by them. This is basically, there is an infinite respawn over there, and we've got to allow him to proceed forwards. He is not invincible here, but what he does have is a very large energy bar, whereas we have regenerating health. So I guess he, just being a staff sergeant, makes you incredibly tough or something, but makes you forget your regenerating nonsense. So, we've got to take out a certain number of aliens here. It's an uncertain number of aliens because I don't know what it is. But once we've done that, the alien ship will come back from its distraction and blast at us. I thought the idea was to stop it from going away so that it couldn't target the civilians, but apparently not. So we've been blasted, and we can now stand up again and continue our quest to help Nads over there. So let's whip out this weapon because we don't want to use the other weapon. There's a Havoc Physics advertising hoarding over here. I guess being allowed to use the Havoc logo made them feel drunk with power or something. So anyway, got a couple of aliens up here, so I'll have to take them out by not looking at a brick wall. That would probably help. And there's that poor hit detection, because I'm fairly sure the cursor was right upon that alien, so let's gun this alien down for that alien's ways. We will take our revenge upon them in an unspecific manner, in a manner not specific to any particular alien, because they all look the same anyway. They all look the same to me. I suppose I am a speciesist for saying that, but it's the truth, I tell you. So we'll gun down these guys over here, doing the sniping section with the assault rifle, because that makes sense after all, and then we will allow him to procedure his way forwards around these various vehicles, and then he will set a radio over there, because apparently the aliens are distracted by radios or something. I really don't know how it works. Anyway, he's going to go and do his thing to that while they attempt to blast him. He's lost about half his health, but he doesn't care, and neither do I, so he's don't know what he's doing really. In a minute we will be able to shoot the gas gas-hyphen tank, I suppose. So we'll shoot the gas-hyphen tank and it will blow up the alien spacity ship, which will then fly around in circles, firing its gun in a random manner, and he will run forwards and it will go splonk and he will get knocked over, but he'll be fine, don't you know. And you will notice here he spends absolutely no time examining the alien ship, because that's important later. It's a plot point, you see. Okay, so we've got to regroup with the others, who are apparently over here. I don't know how he figured that out, but let's carry on over here and regroup with them. So, there's a bunch of aliens lurking around here in a predictable manner, so we'll have to take care of them using our sniperty rifle. So there they are, let's blast this guy in his noggin, because he wasn't using it anyway. And then this alien is going to clamber down, trying to thwart our sniperty plan. However, this car has caught fire, and we know exploding cars are deadly, and so we will have to step away from it for a moment while it smokes and pollutions. So we will look straight through the smoke, and then he will shoot that alien in an uncharitable manner. Put up your dukes, sir. Nope. We were not prepared to deal with him according to the Queensberry rules, because we had a gun. That's probably cheating, and we got burned by that tyre there, which was bad of it. So this alien here is going to come up and he's going to try and shoot at us, but he forgot to fire more than one shot, which was silly of him. We can't go that way because there's a car in the way, so we'll have to maneuver our way around these various vehicles here so that we can get to a silly boss fight with another one of those gunships. You'll also notice that our guy is an incredible wuss and stops dead after every sprint, after being able to sprint for roughly 3 yards. He is clearly a very unfit Marine and should probably be thrown out of the circus or something. But here comes another of those silly gunships, and now it's time to get the last of our weaponry. Here it is, the 84 rocket launcher, which apparently is reloadable in this game, so let's fire it at here. Also, for some reason, the crosshair only comes up when you're looking down the iron sight, which I don't think is really what crosshairs are for. But it dodges our attacks if we are not waiting for it to charge up, and we've now picked up there some reloads for our 84. I guess we found them next to a pile of chemlite batteries or something, but never mind that now. Let's go over here and try shooting this thing again, because I haven't been made aware of the futility of doing so yet. Sometimes you can hit it while it's dodging, but not this time. It's going to be uncharitable towards me. Also notice above its health bar it says air unit. I suppose that's to differentiate it from the ground unit, just in case we can't figure that out from the fact that it's flying around and things. So we're going to try and deal with it, but it will once again thwart us via its dodging around ways. It's not really very good, and it can't hit us much anyway, and I doubt that really changes any of the higher difficulties either. So it fires its missiles, misses us completely, and we take it out. And now it's going to bugger off in a cowardly manner. Okay, it's trying to get away. Let's chase it. That makes sense after all. Yeah, this is the first game I've ever seen where you actually have to chase the helicopter boss around rather than it chasing you. I guess this is just because the aliens are very apathetic or something. So it's going to gun stuff down. He says, get some cover. Given the NPC dialogue in this, I must only assume that they think that cover is actually just a thing you can throw at them or something. But we will fire a couple of more rockets at that. It's got 1 hit left. And we've just got to wait for it to charge up its missile attack thing. I don't know why it has to charge that. I mean, it's missiles. What, does it have to make them first? Is there an alien arts and crafts fair going on in there? Who knows? It doesn't matter. Let's blow it up and watch as it crashes into the ground. So, we got to go and pick up some more trowels, and then we can go through this door and continue onward, ever onward in our quest. So, down these stairs we go. That's good of us, after all. And there, for some reason there's an M4 there. I don't really know why. It's not like you can ever discard it. So we'll climb down these stairs in an unbelievably slow manner, and then we will have to step quite a way away from the staircase before it realizes we're not actually on it anymore. Brilliant stuff. Very well programmed video game here after all. So these aliens are going to come out, but we've got a rocket launcher, so we can blast them with it with our blastity ways. There you go, sir. So we got some more of those shurikens. We've picked them up, and we are ready to deal with everything. Are you alright? Move to cover. Okay, move to what cover? Do you want to, like, you know, are you carrying a big stack of barrels there that you're just setting down at random? I don't know at all. So we'll take care of this guy, sniping him with our rocket launcher, which makes sense after all, and then pick up some more rockets and go around here where we'll be ambushed by 2 whole entire aliens who will not really be much of a threat to us because we can fire a rocket at them again. Right, so we've got to link up with the others. They're just over here, you see, by the store of some description. That's good. How did you know that? They were miles away, but she's sort of waving her hands in a disjointed manner while the helicopter with tiny rotors comes in. Right, and... Come on, I'm pointing at a helicopter!
Let's go!
That helicopter's going to evac us and it crashes into his finger because it's actually only that big.
Time to spare. And while we managed to save the civilians, things were looking pretty grim. Carpet bombing never happened.
Which was a shame.
Controlled the skies, and with them, Los Angeles had fallen.
Los Angeles had fallen with the skies?
The HQ was retreat and regroup. But Nance had another idea in mind.
A dumber idea.
Hey, you know, I was thinking.
Oh God.
I checked out the alien ship we took down.
No, you didn't.
It was empty. No pilot. These ships,
like my head.
They're drones. They somehow managed to fly in formation.
But you've never seen more than one. How do you know that they managed to fly in formation?
Don't know. But something has to be controlling them.
Yeah, they could be controlled by an onboard AI.
It is. Maybe we can destroy it and take back the skies.
Yes, let's do everything based on vague supposition. Oh no! Bip 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 is happening to us. That was an ugly man.
We're good now. What the hell was that? Must have been some type of interference zone.
How? What?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm just reading the script.
Jamming the radio waves all over this area.
Wait, aren't several of these people dead?
They
There are some pictures of aliens there, including some ones of the freeway.
Yeah, you're right. Something is causing powerful radio interference all over this region. There has to be something important down there. Something big.
Or it could just be, you know, a vague phenomenon.
Might be down there.
So let's land and get ourselves killed based on nothing but a guess.
Doesn't seem to be anything around, Staff Sergeant.
Okay, so that helicopter's going to fly away because all helicopters which stay in video games die immediately. But yeah, we're not going to see that one again, so it might actually have survived. I guess it hasn't. Its half-life has not yet been reached, and so it hasn't crashed. So there's two walking guns over there, which we have decided to land directly in front of. The helicopter having said there was nothing down there, I guess he was just lying to us because he doesn't like us or something. So let's go in here, because that makes sense. We will gun down this alien blokey who was just standing in here minding his own business, shooting at walls, and then we will pass through this wreckage and find this mysteriously non-burnity sofa. I guess these flame-retardant materials have just got better lately. So there's a big pile of rubble there. We can't do a lot with that, so let's go up here where there isn't a big pile of rubble and proceed towards this window. We've got ourselves a snipety rifle here, and there's a lock on this door, but we can't do anything with that. It's clearly one of those invulnerable locks I keep hearing about. So we've lost our sniper rifle, so we'll pick it up again, and we will have to take care of these. I mean, look at these things. What are they? It's just like... it's just too complicated. It doesn't make any sense. It's got silly little legs that take a step backwards every time it fires. It offers no protection to the operator, and most of its weight appears to be on him anyway, so it seems to just be designed to be horribly inconvenient, unless you happen to be attacking enemies who don't fire back and who are on very hard, completely level surfaces. All told, it doesn't really help them out at all. So we will blast that alien in his noggin because he is silly and so are his weapons, and then we will reload that, pick up some ammunition, and find that this lock here, which still has a bullet hole in it, is now vulnerable to us. So we will take it out with our sniper rifle just in case it tries anything long distance that we would be able to deal with this weapon. So we'll have a quick look around here. There's aliens out there, but we're going to ignore them because we don't like them. Over here, meanwhile, there is a cupboard which has a thing in it that was much too big. It's got a drawer in it. Why would you have a drawer in a cupboard? What kind of madness is this? And there's another crashed helicopter here, which I guess expired or something. We're going to have a look at that desk, but we're going to stop doing that now because there's an alien shooting at us, and that's uncharitable of it. You, sir. That was clearly directly on his head. So we will have poor hit detection visited on us, and then we will blast the scarecrow and knacker his pumpkin with the second shot. That will be great. So let's run over here now that we've done that. There's a sort of strange... I guess that was a force field the first time I saw it, but never mind. Let's have a look at these things here, these flares. Wouldn't where you hid the asset depend on what it needed to do? I mean, I think the aliens in Independence Day had the right idea of hiding it in space, where, you know, that wouldn't be a problem. Apparently these things here have this sort of stupid rocket thruster on the bottom of it. I don't really know why, and then it's got all this over-complexity here. This is a problem with the alien technology. It looks more like they haven't actually finished building it yet. It's kind of stupid. And rent a car and truck rentals. But we can't rent a car. We've just got to walk around. So let's go in here then. Let's not go that way because that's the wrong way. This is the right way. So now we're in a sewer level and we've got a wiggly crate there and some wiggly boxes too. But those will not factor into our plans in the slightest because there are aliens around the corner here and we've got to blast them. We've got to meet the last kind of alien in this game as well. The explosion. Yes, they've been rearing alien explosion pod things around here, which seems silly of them, so we will take those out before they can spread. He got shot, that's terrible. If only he wasn't an invincible NPC, that might actually have some effect on anything. But now let's go downwards, because there's no upwards for us, and then we will find, located like a yard below the surface, is... bricks. Yes, these are fascinating. No, okay, there's an alien spaceship here as well. Oh, those fools, those mad fools on the town planning committee. I told them not to build this huge, useless chamber, and there's a sort of spider thing down there doing nothing much. What do you want from me? Could you, like, do anything? No, that's not my role. So, yeah, so they've got this alien flying saucer with a dangly spider creature, and I don't really know what that's all about at all. So... okay, so now that they've told us the explosions do after we've already encountered some, let's take a few more out, because Harris has died. It is a tragicness. So, more aliens going to run out. There's actually an infinite respawn over there, so we'd better deal with that by blowing up a couple of the aliens and then ducking in and out from behind this pipe, which will be our base of operations throughout this section of the mission. And then I'm going to remember that I'm standing on an infinite ammo crate and I have grenades, so I am going to abuse this thoroughly. The problem with the grenades in this is that, like the scope on the sniper rifle, there's a slight pause between you pressing the button and anything actually happening. So I am eventually going to screw this up, and I am going to almost blow my kneech off as a result of it, but I will not do so, because this is a highly professional zero-death type of run, don't you know? So we are safe from all forms of death during it. I actually don't know what happens when you die in this game as a result. So we've thrown a grenade at our foot, that's bad, so let's use the ladder to evac, because that is a very dramatic thing that we will do there. We will cruise up it in a stupid fashion, and then we will get involved in an objective of some description as this man comes out after us. That's good for him, I suppose. So reload that and then continue onwards. We've got to target a missile type rocket thing at the command and control. I got to protect Nads again, however, because that's great after all. Yeah, so the alien flying saucer has this sort of tree thing sticking out the top. I'm not entirely sure why or how it came to pass that no one noticed that thing. I guess maybe there was one of those there already. I don't really know the layout of Los Angeles after all. So, okay, so the guy from Chicago is going to be calling in the strike. He points his laser at it. What they're firing at them is M712 copperheads, which are guided artillery rounds. They are not missiles, as the game will depict them as. They glide towards their targets. But that's not going to be our problem. Okay, so inbound in 4 minutes. Now, you might be able to tell from the remaining length of the video that they are not, in fact, inbound in 4 minutes. Either that or this is going to be the majority of the rest of the game. It's not the majority of the rest of the game, so you can probably tell that they are lying about the inbound time. And again, indeed, they're going to lie about it again later. So, we've got to blast all the aliens as they try to put the hurt on Neds over there, and then we will have to continue doing that until something changes, I suppose. And that's basically it for this. We're going to make silly laser sounds with our M4 and then deal with this guy because of his walking around on top of a bus plan, which is highly un-American and also highly un-alien, and therefore is not allowable by either of the forces present. He is clearly a disgrace to his kind. So we'll deal with this guy by shooting him in his alien kniddlies, and then it's not my fault, it's the center of mass, it's where it aims. So there we go, 2 missiles, which are not actually guided artillery rounds, smash into it and blow it up. Meanwhile, he's holding his radio, and with an expression of dull surprise, he decides to announce the hit. However, everyone is now going to ignore the earthquake and the bits falling off. These cars are going to wiggle around, and that one's off over there out of this game. I guess that was its plan, while things fall over unbelievably slowly. We just saw it was a spaceship. And they repeat this again, but with fewer people, I suppose, maybe. And then the alien ship rises up dramatically. What will it do, you ask? What can we possibly do against this mighty force that has been unleashed? Well, it's not actually going to do anything, it seems. No, it actually stays perfectly still for the entire rest of the game. Just sitting there hovering and looking half-built. So, we're going to stare at it for a while, challenging it to do things, but it will not. That is not its alien way. So we will proceed forwards from here. What do you mean you can't point the target from here? It's a massive flying saucer. Of course you can point the target from here, you lazy git. No, there must be very slightly more to this game, so we will go around here, the door will appear, and he will kick it in for that. And we will do the method of combat, which is standing next to an infinite ammo crate and just throwing grenades continuously until something is told to change. Until we are told something has changed. This game is screwing up my English language, don't you know? So I think we've blown them all up, and if we haven't, we have now. So let's proceed forwards, because surely one won't randomly jump. What? Did I scare you? Didn't even kill him. I mean, look at this. What was it doing in there? It just like walled itself in and was pretending that it was hidden, and then it felt the humans coming along, and it could not stand by a minute longer, I suppose. Regardless, that's what you have to expect from these aliens. It's all they know how to do is jump around randomly and stand on top of things. So we'll have to defeat the last of them, and then we will get on to a really stupid finale, in which we will have to man a turret or something. But firstly, it's another air unit, because the first one was so damn fascinating, and so was the second. So we get to pick up the AT-4, And shoot it, we do. So let's give that a try. But sadly, it's on its Gatling gun type phase. And so we will have to wait. Okay, I need cover, you got it. It's like, what? Okay, so the guy established cover for him, I suppose. And maybe he means covering fire, but it doesn't sound like it, and I don't believe it, not for a minute. So it's fired its missiles in random directions, none of which are us, and so we are safe from it. This one apparently has been fairly ill, and so can only take 3 hits as well. So we just have to wait for it to start its charge-at cycle again. We'll just stand in front of it, dodging from side to side, which its gun apparently has no means of compensating for, and the alien ship in the background will do absolutely nothing. So we've blasted that one, it's going to crash into the floor, and then they will use their powers of door opening to defeat us. Right, so we're going to have a quick look at our sniperty rifle model there, and then we'll have a quick look at the AT4, clearly for no reasons which have anything to do with any other websites I may post at, and then we will open this door and carry onwards into the finale type stage as they climb down the ladder. It's still going to tell us to shoot the alien air unit when it's charging, even though it's already dead. I guess maybe it just wants to remind us of that. And you'll notice that over there, that's actually supposed to be a ladder texture there, but apparently the steps on it decided to be diagonal for the texture on the floor, which is good. So, okay, let's have a look. What do you want from me? Okay, so I'd like you to do something. Right, so we will blast that guy there, and then we will blast his friend over here, because we don't accept him having friends. We don't even think he's a human being, and we're right not to think that. There's a Havoc Physics sign there as well. Is Havoc Physics really like advertised extensively in Los Angeles? I don't know. I haven't been there, and there's a helicopter here. It looks in an oddly good state for a helicopter that's apparently crashed. I guess maybe it just expired of natural causes. After all, helicopters in video games only last for 5 minutes, so maybe it was just so surprised it died of a heart attack. Anyway, we've got an Abrams type tank here. There's no gun on it, and we can't do anything with it. So we just see its textures turn up, and then we will leave it be. We'll leave it to whatever it was doing. And now the finale, the great and exciting finale of Battle Los Angeles.
Santos, you and Emily are holding the enemy off.
We are?
Guerrero, you're on the radio. Wait for my signal. Everyone ready? Let's go!
Okay, everyone ready for what? What are you oh god. Right, okay, so we've got to get on this Browning 50 cal, shoot up that, and then we have to kill about 15 of these alien air units, and I hope you like this because this is the entire rest of the game now. So apparently one guy on a Browning 50 cal is quite capable of destroying an entire armada of these things, which makes you wonder why nobody else on a Browning 50 cal can do that. Who knows? It's a great mystery for all the ages. So he's going to point his laser at the wrong side of that, much like he did before, because all the strikes are going to come in from the back of it. And there's no way the guided artillery rounds could actually see that laser. So I guess they're just really clever and trying to humor him or something. So we got to kill off all of these drones. They're going to keep nagging us to kill off all of these drones, even though we're doing it, don't you know? And they're going to implosion, and he fires his rocketry at it from a long distance away. I think it takes about 3 salvos before the alien ship finally carks it, and so in the meantime we're going to have to deal with their silly hiding behind smoke technique. It's all go now, you see, and that you just saw the first volley right at the top of the screen coming in to attack the alien ship. And I'm just going to start coughing, so I'll pause the commentary here. Alright, with our coughing concluded, let us continue onwards into this further exciting alien ship shoot-at-y action. This is the battle that they talked about, the Battle Los Angeles, and so we will battle, we shall, using our sight-type device. You also notice that the ejected rounds aren't even as big as the ones that are going in. I guess they shrink or something. All of their power is squeezed out by the internal juicer or something. It's a very advanced weapon we've got going on here. There goes some more of those rocketry things that aren't rockets. And so we'll take out some of these aliens. Incoming in 3 minutes. Yeah, the entire video isn't that long, so I think you're lying to us, you foolish child. Either that or you're just quoting lines from the movie and nobody checked if they made any sense or not. So we'll take out this one. Despite its attempts to hide behind a wall, it's not even going to explode. That's silly. So I'll take out this one here as well. And then the last one will hide behind the smoke, but we're thoroughly aware of its tricks by now because all of its friends tried that too. So we're taking that one out, and then we'll have one last volley of missiles come in shortly, and that will be it. It will all be over. So, that one's out of it as well. In comes another one, but no, that one will be an irrelevance to us. So he's going to stroke that, and then in come the copperheads to deal with this alien spidery thing, which I suppose was important for some reason. And taking him out makes the big silly alien ship crash, and so does it make everything else crash, which really they had no reason to believe, but never mind that. We have dealt with the situation by thunder, and that's enough. Down it goes, sideways and stuff.
On that day, we helped protect the streets and air from destruction.
You know, I don't think they were trying to destroy either of those.
Lives to protect the city.
They did?
Los Angeles may be safe, but we're far from victory.
There's lots more alien
Continue
ships that
to
we can
fight back
destroy in a
against
stupid
alien
fashion.
invasion, no matter how dangerous it becomes. Earth
I'm
needs
fairly
to be
sure it's not going
safe.
to become much more dangerous than
We're the
this.
Marines, and the Marines don't quit.
However, we're Let's Players, and Let's Players do quit, and so we have quit because the game is now over. New content is unlocked, but nobody cares. It's just movie-type stuff that you'd probably find on the DVD anyway. So, that's it. We've beaten Battle Los Angeles in one update. I'd like to say it has been marvellous, but it hasn't, and then you get some bios show up. This is just a loading screen, so they'll be gone soon. Anyway, that has been that. The Scarecrow has returned to menace you. I have been Evil Tim. This has been Battle Los Angeles. This has been rubbish. And you will all go off and have a good day, and there will be further updates coming soon, and the Perfect Dark and GoldenEye updates will be recorded next week, so you'll have that to look forward to as well. We'll just flick through the option screens here, and then conclude our adventures with this game, and I'll probably uninstall it shortly as well. Goodbye.